It says I'm live. Hopefully everything's working. But at any rate, let's get started. Okay, so get some of this stuff out of the way. It went into a false set, but now I'm getting nothing but feedback at all. And one dropped it into a false set. Well, hello, uh, Regan Raccoon and Dutch Lockpicker. Uh, I, uh, you subbed to me raking. I'm not sure what that means. Uh, I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Uh, okay, well, oh, now I wonder if you can hear me now. Okay, I didn't know if you could hear me before or if I changed it and you can't hear nothing now. Uh, I'm gonna be kind of in and out with the chat because it's I got to turn in order to see the chat itself. So if I don't reply to y'all, it's because, well, I don't know y'all saying anything. uh, but no, the background a little bit of this is that Elroy's Toys said he was going to send me a lock, and I received the lock uh, Wednesday morning, and I put it down on my bench here, and was like, okay, I'm going to do live, and I'm going to open it up live, and uh, start picking on it live, and then it was sitting here and sitting here and sitting here, and it's like, it was driving me nuts just sitting here, not opened. So I kicked on and did a video, a mail call video that I just uploaded to YouTube. And then it's like, okay, well, now I can pick on it when I want. I don't have to wait for a prime or optune anything. So now here's my, let's see, I'm trying to make sure I'm centered. And now I'm going to try, well, my plan is that I'm going to pick it only on lives, mine or others. So probably going to go live here and there, and basically whenever I'm picking on this one. Holy crap, that is pin 2 and only pin 2. That was a major false set. And absolutely nothing. No movement at all from 3. 4 did a click, but I don't know if it. And 5 is solid as a rock. 6, I don't even know if there is a 6. Okay, so go back to 1, and it just flops lazily, like nothing. No, hell, no Turner, and I can't get a pin to do anything. But it still looks like it's in the false set. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it was still in a false set with no Turner. Just to make sure. Now, there is no way I'm going to believe I got. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, there's no way you're going to convince me that I got that set so tight in that vise that the key won't even go in. Okay, so 2. So what happens if we start back here? Oh, God, not another. That one went into a false set again. And that was touching just pin 3 and straight into a big ass false set. Nothing. Okay. I don't know if I set that pin, but it took me out of the false set. And now I'm back into the false set without trying. So yeah, that. and nothing. Okay, it's dancing around in this vise too much. Oh. Okay. I still want to make sure it's going to work. Well, that can't be good. It's not turning all the way. Jeez. It's crazy. Okay. I'm having issues with the keylay. Hey, Grouchy Lenny, what's up? Oh, geez, grits and NyQuil? What's up? I, yeah, I noticed that is crazy counter rotation. Uh, and that's just, like, okay, here, watch. I got it reset. Okay, and now I'm going to hit pin 1 and only pin 1. Now watch this counter rotation kick in. Don't make me a liar, you bastard. Okay, pin 2. There's pin 2. Just immediately. Boom. Now, I'm going to go into pin 3. And there's some, but not as much as pin 2. But then if I go back to pin 2, it's a solid brick. It's like I'm hitting the warding. Pin 1 just flops all the way to the top and back down. Yeah, I'm having problems getting my pick way in the back underneath the pins because I can't get to them. Oh, maybe I can get to them this way. I definitely not wanting to go. Okay, let's see what I can see here. Okay, so maybe I can. Okay, pretty sure I just set pin 1. Pretty sure. I'm not. I see. Was that counter rotation or was I hitting the warding? I'm not really sure. Okay, hands are starting to cramp just a wee bit. In case y'all's interested, there's the key bitting. For those of you that can figure out what that means, doesn't really help me a whole lot. Although I think that this great big dip right here means that that's a low lift pin, which means I'm probably oversetting it for every time I try to go to one of these pins here. Because I'm not really sure how I'm going to get that pick. I don't know. That's a guess based on what little I do know. I have no idea how accurate that is. Maybe somebody could be kind enough while I take a sip of drink break to say yay or nay. Oh, well, it felt like counter rotation, but like I said, I'm honestly not sure because the there's just an itty bitty bit, and the further back I go, yeah, the further back I go in it, the less it wants to, or the harder it is to get off of the. So when I go back, I'm thinking I'm hitting the pin, and I'm just wondering if I'm on the warding and not the pin, and that's why I get absolutely nothing. Like I'm hitting the warding is what it feels like, and I can't help but wonder if that is what's going on. But yeah, you barely touch a pin in this thing, and it goes into a deep set or a deep false set. Of course, I haven't tried anything but this medium flat hook, so okay. Well, I really wish this thing would sit flat. I'm about to pull it apart. Well, maybe I'll pull it apart. Uh, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. The little hump on the neck tickler is catching on the pins. Looks like I just may end up into the cheese grits and NyQuil's, throw it into a wall club here. No, that's just getting hung up on everything. Hmm. Jeez, that's like an eighth of a turn false set. Yeah, I'm no longer picking it up. I'm picking, and I can't feel squat. Doesn't feel like a single other. pin is doing a thing. Yeah, and now it's nothing. Okay, that's got to be wrong because it feels like I'm getting every single pin, the ones that'll move, are going clear to the top. Oh, no, that one's not, but it's okay. That was crazy. Now, why will it go? Oh, shit. I lost the ball set pulling, trying to get the tensioner back out to reset it. Okay, that was pin one. And there goes the tensioner. Oh, but I didn't lose the ball set. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point. You throw your tensioner and it lands on your shirt and you grab it, put it back in, and you're still in your false set. That's Oh, use the 50 instead of the, since the 50 will fit, let's use it instead of the 40. And I'm still in the false set. Oh, well, just lost the false set. But that's because I was playing with the, okay, now there's a false set. Another one. Now, did I set that next pin, or did I? Oh, no. Okay, come out. Ah! Okay, so there's a false set again. Um, I don't know if that would work or not. Uh, uh, yeah, because I just don't know. If somebody wants to hop in and chitter chatter, like I said, I can either pick or I can chat. I'm not very good at doing both, so here I am in my own head trying to do this lock, and half the time, or more than half the time, I completely forget there's a chat going on. So then I remember for whatever reason, come over here and look, and well, this is my first Elroy's Toys and uh, challenge lock, and yeah, it's the feedback's confusing because I'll get a false set, and I mean a huge, from noon to 1:30 fall set, and then nothing. None of the pins will do anything. Uh, well, I could probably do better at live stream if I had somebody chit chatting. That's why I like going on other people's live streams. Is because there's other people and they chit chat, they do the chit chat and whatnot. And uh, I mean, unless I can find a program that's going to read the chat while I'm doing this, the problem is that is it going to read just the chat or is it going to read the chat and everything else? And would I be able to get it to do the different voices? For each person, it has a different voice, so that it's not just reading, just hanging out, watching Chuck tackle this CL. Yeah, that's why I haven't really invested. I haven't really live streamed so far. I'll join in, but I'm at work. But you know, I don't want to just reading the everybody's chat, just one line after another, after another, after another, with no pauses, no indication of it's a different person, or if the same person says something different. Oh, well, like I said, I planned on doing this, picking on this lock live last night, but I fell asleep during Lady Locks live and woke up uh, to the my computer was shut off. I was still sitting in my at the computer, but the computer was shut off. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll just go to bed. So I went to bed, then I got back up, uh, and it was like uh, a quarter till 6 this morning when I woke back up. I was like, wow, I don't think I even moved. Uh, well, man, what would be ideal would be somebody to hop on, and that's all they're doing is reading the chat out loud to me. But I'm not expecting that. That would be awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not expecting anybody to do that kind of stuff. Uh, but having somebody, you know, if somebody was live with me or I'm live with somebody else, and we can chit chat and we would be able to communicate back and forth and have a conversation without me having to try to keep, without me having to keep my eyes off the lock and putting it on the screen. Well, yeah, but I just kind of feel bad because if somebody asked me a question that I would answer, which I'm not sure if people would ask me a question I wouldn't answer, but I kind of feel bad that uh, I didn't even know they answered, they asked the question or made a comment and it's like, it kind of feels rude. Uh, and it's like, uh, I don't know. Then this vertical, I'm not used to this vertical where I only have this much. Oh, I don't even have that much. I only have this much space. Whereas I'm used to, and as I take both hands off the screen so nobody can see how far apart they are. I'm used to having this much space. uh, in the live. So I don't think I'm a big fan of this. Uh, yeah, I don't think I'm a big fan of this portrait narrow cell phone tablet, whatever you want to call it view. I like the full screen view, so I think this is probably going to be my last one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm just not a big fan of, and I don't know what it looks like. If I do the full screen, how does that look like on a phone? Does it put the black boxes on the bottom and the top of the screen? Yeah, does it put like here's your screen, but it's a big screen, so they gotta scrunch it in. So like a lot of my shorts on my YouTube channels where I converted it using Clip Champ, I think it's called. Uh, and all it does is it just adds the bar on top and the bottom, and then shrinks everything even more. Which that's kind of, I can see where that's annoying. But so I'm not sure if I like this. I guess I'll have to learn how to do it in the itty bitty narrow ass space. Oh yeah, I had to choose. Let's see here. Oh no, you can't change it back and forth while you're live. Now I don't know how she does that. I know that's something new to uh I know that's something new to uh YouTube, but I have no idea how to. Yeah, I honestly have no idea how you get uh tell it to broadcast both because like right now I'm going through Restream. Uh, but even if I was using my OBS to have the fancy, if you notice my videos have like my little icon in the corner and then the title along the bottom of what's being done, or as long as I remember to change it. Sometimes I'll have a running date timestamp across the top. That's all through OBS. And then I can go the OBS, so I start everything up in OBS, and then OBS, I can go through OBS and Restream because I don't know. I've not tried going. I ought to do that. Just try to go live through. Uh, yeah, just try to go live through the YouTube. Although I think I tried live through straight with YouTube, and I think you have to use a third party software like OBS if memory serves. Which no, I don't. Please, nobody under any circumstances try to rely on my memory because yeah, uh, you can go live stream. Well, I mean, I would like to get some more views. I mean, I'm not really worried about the number of subs, but I would like to get more views. More views seem to be able to uh, uh, unlock stuff. It's kind of like a quest that, the higher level you get, the more shit's unlocked. And that's kind of what it looks like with YouTube is the more views you get, the well, Grouchy Lenny, if you're ever wanting to see, I don't know that I've ever had a guest on Restream. Actually, I don't know that I've ever had a I can't remember if I've ever had a guest while I was live streaming. I just don't live stream a lot, and I I guess I'm guilty of just being freaking lazy, mainly because, well, I've been hopping on other people's live streams to do live, which is a lot easier on me because I don't have to know any of that crap. The problem is that I don't know it, so there could be three people in the backstage, and I wouldn't know it because I don't see anything on my screen saying anything about somebody else waiting or anything. So, and using the headphones so I can use the microphone, I uh, yeah, can't listen to the radio, and I'm scared that if I try to run Media Monkey uh, while doing a live, that it's going to pump the sound through the live, and then everybody and their kid brothers, oh, you can't do that because copyrights. So yeah, but I really, really, honestly, I really do need to learn the restream and all of that. I'm not sure if I want to leave my fly out here because I'm scared that it's going to go AWOL like my spider. So I had a little purple spider about the same size as that fly right there, that one there, and it's just gone. And I'm pretty sure one of the cats stole it. Pretty sure it was the one called Stella. I haven't had a problem yet with any of them stealing my pics, but they're stealing my. It is what it is. Okay, I'll see about this. But yeah, it's like everything I do, every time I touch a pin, it seems like it goes into a false set. And I'm going to wait to look and see what the pins are in it for as long as I can. I don't think it's cheating. I just think it's more fun to not know. Okay, I'm going to hit a pin. And there's a false set. Well, and not a single other pin does anything. Okay, let's put a little bit more tension on and see if that changes anything. No, I got a couple habits when picking that I'm trying to break. I got this one of my nasty habits is that I'll have tension, and then when I hit a pin, the more, and it's a coordination, I guess, habit. Because when I go down with this hand, I want to lift up with this one, so I end up doing a more pressure on the pin, less tension on the core, and it's a habit I'm trying to break. See here, I'm still doing it. So it looks like I'm doing counter rotation and nothing. That pin hasn't is not moving at all. But my finger's just a bouncing around like I'm trying to rake the lock or some crap. Whoa. Okay, that was me slipping off the warning. Yeah, see here? That's a false set that leads to, oh, was that a quit? Oh, well, yeah, I'd be up for it if yeah, I'd be willing to do some experimenting on the live stream, you know, pretty much anytime I'm available. Weekends, my wife works Monday night through Friday night, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. QMA in a nursing home. However, typically what she does is she gets home Saturday mornings, uh, and she stays up until 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and then she goes to bed. Doesn't get back up until noon or later on Sunday. And I'm trying to get my. I don't give a shit when I'm awake and when I'm asleep. Other than I would like to be on a kind of a daily schedule. Like I'm sleeping from this time to this time every day, not I'm sleeping, 3 hours here, 4 hours here, 2 hours there. I'd just rather have, even I would even be okay with that if it was the same 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours. It's just that my awake and sleep schedule, and then getting sick didn't help any. Having the allergies, we had a few warm days. We had like 2 or 3 nice, decent warm days over the weekend last week, and it really threw my sinuses and allergies or whatever the heck it is into complete chaos. Uh, but whoa, 10-1. But yeah, anytime, Grouchy Lenny, you see that I'm online, if you can get my attention, I might just put my cell phone number on there so that people can text me and it comes up, or set my Facebook Messenger up on my phone to where it alerts me with a beep or something when I get a new message, and that way people can message me on Facebook or what have you. And yeah, see, I've got unlimited text, but I only have 100 minutes of talk time, and I only have 1 gig of data uh, on my phone, uh, and I seldom use. Whoa, that was a huge. That's like double the false set. One click. The insides of this block have got to be crazy. Well, okay, that's a Captain Obvious statement. It's from Elroy's Toys. You know the insides are crazy. See, I'm doing that finger bounce crap, and that's what's causing my tensioner to fall out. Because See there? I'm not even in the lock and I'm wanting to do the bounce because I'm pushing up on the. I gotta get out of that habit. It's annoying me. Yeah, dead, dead, dead. Stop bouncing your fingers. Okay, well, this is annoying me. And I pulled this lock out because it's my 410 that I use on everything. And I'm curious to see, can I pick it with a bobby pin? I mean, I pick it with all kinds of other stuff. Why not a bobby pin? I don't know if I can or not. I don't even know if I'm in the. I can't even get to the frickin' pins with the bobby pin. Nope. I suck at picking locks with a bobby pin, that's for damn sure. At least that Lodo lock. Here, let us try the 530. See if I'm any better. Probably not looking at that key wave. Maybe I need to do more work on the bobby pin. Because all I did was take the little bulby thing off the end and then bent it to make a number 4. But that way I've got my thumb I can use to, and then I've got where I can use 2 fingers to push back down on it too. So, well, nope, I'm not even grabbing it that way, so that was a lie. How I thought I was actually using it is not the way it's actually being used, so yep, apparently I completely, totally suck at using a bobby pin. Well, looks like I completely suck at using a Jimmy launch too. Oh, come on. That's bad, bad. Can't even get the master 530. Change the title to Struggle Bus. It's real. What in the frick? Well, Monday is when that Lodo Master 410 Lodo core gets here, according to UPS. And I'll be taking this bad boy apart. Oh my god. Oh, I see how she is, the wifey. She stole my other Master Lock 530 and because it's not sitting here. Now, why did she snatch it? She's been sitting right here in the chair next to me, working on. She's making a set of pajamas for my other Master Lock M530. Pajamas, yes, you heard me right. Lock pajamas. She is crocheting some. And I was going to give a sneak preview of it in progress, but she has hidden, either she's hidden it or she's taken it with her. Not really sure which. But yeah, I made mention of the pajama talk to her, and she's like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, really." She's like, "What lock?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what lock?" So yeah, now she's talking about doing pajama, but the pants, and then having like a buckle, a belt here with a buckle, and then it comes down around the lock like a pair of pants, and then using the shackle as the legs. So she's going to be snatching my 2 inch or 4 inch or whatever, 1100 here probably. Of course, no, you can't go online and get a pattern for it. So she's got to do it all, make it up as she goes along. And those usually take her, a wee bit longer than. All right, I can't even get a 410. It's time to quit. I'm that frustrated. Oh, put the key back in the. Okay. Oh, two personal seats. Only two? Uh, I'm pretty sure I've got more than two. If not, I should. Yeah, I'll get a click on that son of a gun, and I'm here to tell you it's a click, and then it feels like I'm gonna throw that frickin' tensioner across the room because well, you've seen it how it just whoa, the super deep. I put that little mark on there, and my God, the false sets are crazy on that thing. But okay, I'm going to. Oh, yeah, cheese grits. You should see some of the crazy. Well, you saw the oh bloody hell. Like the little bracelet I was wearing during the Halloween challenge. She took the dragon tensioner from Sparrows and made a few of them, cut them out, and then this is the spool that her I don't have it sitting right here out in the open. Uh, the hand, the glove I was going to wear while picking for the Halloween thing. She, yeah, she knitted it. I couldn't get it on because I had them freaking long cat claw nails. And then, she's got like here's a fish that she's knitted, and then here's another fish that she hasn't got the eyes on yet, but and then she's got the seahorse. Oh, no, 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 I am wrong. Here is, yeah, see how hard it is with no nails to get this thing on? See, that I was supposed to be wearing that like that while picking and them long nails, but there was no way I was getting this on. She did that without a pattern. And then she made me a mitten for this hand. Uh, and then one of the favorite things that she liked is that she hasn't got the plastic eyes, because like here on the fish, she used but she says those she thinks is too small for this. Uh, so she's wanting to get the bigger eyes to put on. But this is the dragon she made with little wings, ears, horns. Not sure. I must have did that when I moved it over. But oh yeah, she's all the time making, like here's a butterfly. I mean, I've got all kinds of not knitted. I keep saying knitted and it's crochet. If she hears me say knit, she's probably gonna smack me pretty hard. And then there's like I don't even know what that is. But oh yeah, she's doing all kinds. Yeah, she's all the time doing all kinds of. She did this with wood burning. Uh, yeah, she was wood burning. She did this freehand. So yeah, in this family, she is the most artistic, definitely the most artistic of the lot. That is for darn sure. I mean, I'm lucky to draw a recognizable stick figure for God's sake. But alrighty, folks. Appreciate you showing up. Like, subscribe. Uh, I will drop off of here and go see how badly, hopefully the sound and everything works so I know what to tweak or not tweak. And I'll be back most likely in the regular because I'm not a big fan of this limited space thing. So y'all have a good time. I'll probably, well, I'd like to be back on later. We'll see.